Before we begin, please give a beautiful welcome and applause to Anthony Mirabelli on the piano. So good morning, my name is Ken Costa, principal of Waltman High School. And on behalf of the faculty and staff, I welcome you to our Military Appreciation Breakfast. Here to recognize our distinguished guests this morning. Speaking of distinguished guests, we have our people in the audience today, so I'd like to do a quick recognition. We have our President of the School Board, Mr. Nick Ciavetta. Vice President, Ms. Linda LaCara. At the front table here, we have the Executive Director of the Nassau-Suffolk School Board, Bob Vecchio. Dr. D'Elia, Superintendent of Schools. We'll go right down the line. Dr. Anna Fulton, our Assistant Superintendent for Special Services, Food Services, excuse me. Mr. Ed Smith, our Executive Director for Personnel. Dr. John Murphy, Assistant Superintendent for Curriculum Instruction. Dr. Marley Rice, our, okay, title correct, if I can find it on my notes, Supervisor of Educational Technology. We have Dr. Gail Steele on the end here, our Assistant to the Superintendent for K through 6 education. I would also like to welcome our distinguished guest from Suffolk County Legislator, Tom Donnelly. We have our town supervisor and former U.S. Marine, Mr. Ed Smith. Once a Marine, always a Marine, I get it. And we have our representative from Congressman Nick Malata's office, Peter Ganley. I'd also like this moment to recognize the members of the American Legion Post, number 1244, new Commander Trish Northover. Welcome. We have our Vice Commander, Carla Giordano, a veteran also serving and working at Waltman High School. And the rest of the members of the American Legion Post 1244. So welcome. Okay, to start off today's program, I'd like to call to the podium Ms. Addie Baloglu, who's going to come up here and sing our national anthem. Addie?
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Addie. Please be seated. There are a few things in this life that actually give me chills. Singing the national anthem and the Marine Corps hymn, the two songs that get to my heart every single time. Nadia was absolutely beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. Another round of applause. let's start today's program. So it is an honor and privilege to stand before you as your principal and former sergeant in the United States Marine Corps. I know the decision to serve our great nation goes beyond the recognition and title. It is something deeply rooted in your DNA. It's a calling or a yearning to do something that makes a difference in your life and the lives of the people you are sworn to protect. Your decision to serve our country is greatly appreciated and celebrated each year on holidays such as the 4th of July, Memorial Day, Veterans Day, and of course, selfishly speaking, November 10th, which is Marine Corps birthday. That's a little bit of a joke for non-Marines out there. But with all seriousness, service comes with sacrifice. You have taken the steps necessary to put your life on the line for a greater cause, a greater good, and the deepest affection for our great nation. Don't let anyone fool you. There will be times when that sacrifice is greater than you could ever imagine. And conversely, there will be times when you are absolutely bored out of your mind. But always remember that being in the service is all about the good, the bad, and the ugly. You would create lasting memories and stories that regular people just would not understand. But you're joining a unique family whose bonds are shared by the same blood, sweat, and tears of millions of servicemen before you. Serving is a time-honored American tradition, and there is no greater display of patriotism than to honorably serve. I humbly stand before you, before such an amazing group of young men and women who are dedicated to making our country and nation a better place to live and work. You are destined to accomplish great things and lead in a time when America needs leaders. On behalf of the faculty and staff of Waltham High School, we congratulate you on your commitment to our nation and wish you good health and safety throughout your journey. I thank you for your upcoming service. I know you are taking a leap of faith going to the service academies and the Marine Corps. Your lives are going to drastically change over the next several months to a spot where you couldn't even imagine before. You're going to undergo things that you couldn't imagine. You're going to experience stressors that you never thought existed. And you're going to push your bodies and minds to limits that you never thought you could achieve. But you all are going to succeed. You'll do it one day at a time, one moment at a time. And if I could give you any advice before you leave, everything that happens to you, everything that they do to you, everything that they say to you is for a purpose. And you will not understand that purpose until it's all over. Just keep that in mind. No matter how mean, nasty, tough they are, or how tired, sore, and broken you become, it is for a reason. Embrace that reason, thrive from it, grow from it, and experience it. So when you're all finished, you can look back and say, you know what? I get it. And only you will understand that when you are done. But going in there, you're going to be scared. You're going to look back and say, what the heck did I just do? What did I get myself into? But, no, guys in the back can agree. But when that moment comes, remember, it's for a reason. It's for a purpose. That purpose will serve you later in life. That purpose will teach you things that the regular college student or personal workers will never understand. So embrace it, accept the challenge, accept the hardship. I had to clean that up a little in my next statement, but accept whatever they throw at you. Remember, it's for a reason, and you will survive. You will get through it, you'll enjoy it, and when you look back, you say, wow, that was awesome. Now I can speak for Brian specifically. You are absolutely going to hate Parris Island in the beginning. But by the time you leave there after 3 short months, I say that sarcastically, you will understand what life is about. All right? And you will be a different person. All of you will be. So your first year is going to be tough. Your first day is going to be horrible. But when it's over, you will look back with no regrets and embrace the challenge ahead of you. I wish you all the best of luck and congratulations on your journeys. So at this time, I'd like to call Mr. Ciapetta, Superintendent, excuse me. Congratulations.
Thank you.
President, awesome boy.
I got a raise. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us today, especially to our local veterans, our elected officials. Today's event is purposely scheduled to fall on the anniversary of the largest seaborne invasion in our history. with over 2,500 Americans who lost their lives that day. It also comes exactly 8 days after Memorial Day, in which we honor the more than 1 million who died in military service since the Civil War. As we celebrate and thank these 3 patriotic young men and women today for their future service, it's important to take stock of our present situation. Each day we're losing approximately 180 World War II veterans, and there's only approximately 150,000 of the 16 million Americans who served in World War II that are still with us. The share of the U.S. population who are veterans is declining precipitously. In 1980, about 18% of the U.S. population were veterans. Today, that number is only around 6%. The number of living veterans is expected to decline for the next 25 years. Not only are veterans less ubiquitous in our society, recruitment is also getting harder. During the last fiscal year, the Army missed its recruiting goal by 15,000 active duty soldiers, or 25% of its target. Partly driving this recruitment deficit is the fact that the number of young people eligible to serve is dropping dramatically, from an already low 29% down to 23%. That means only 23% of all people are even eligible. This is because many are disqualified due to low test scores, mental health, or other issues. These statistics are why the journey that you 3 are about to embark on is so vital to us. In a world where military service is viewed by some as undesirable and not possible, the 3 of you stand tall and above everyone else. You could have certainly chosen a different path, one less physically demanding and mentally demanding. Yet, like those that came before you, service and patriotism were a clarion call. This breakfast today is a small token of our appreciation for your sacrifice that you're about to embark on, your love of our country, and your decision to protect our country. This morning we thank the 3 of you for your uncommon bravery, your selflessness, and your love of the United States. Thank you, best of luck, good health, and God bless you.
Thank you, Mr. Seabetta. Now, Superintendent of Schools, Dr. DeLeo.
You really just gave us to see a better big raise. Today, I'd like to honor Brian, Eva, and Kaya on your decision to take on a mentally and physically challenging experience to serve our country. Kaya and Brian were former students of mine when I was a principal over at Maplewood. Eva was doing, they were great students at Maplewood, so I'm not surprised they're sitting here. And I know Eva was at Birchwood doing wonderful things as well. So, on behalf of our school district here, we are super, super appreciative of you moving forward into these new roles, and we will be following you as you move forward into your careers. So we wish you the best of luck. Thank you.
All right, at this time, I'd like to call the town's Huntington Town Supervisor, Mr. Ed Smith, to the podium.
Thank you and good morning, and I guess I'll summarize what Mr. Costa said, to embrace the suck. You'll learn that the hard way. So I want to thank you all. I'm here on behalf of the town of Huntington, my colleagues on the town board, Joan Sergel, Chief Cook, Sal Farrow, and Dr. Dave Bernardo, who couldn't be here this morning. But I just wanted to give you a little bit of advice that I learned many years ago, Paris Island, 1989. But number 1, always be ready to assume command on a moment's notice. You will not get any further training. When it happens like that. Be prepared. Have a plan. Have a plan of attack. Have a plan of escape. Have a plan for everything. Have a plan for dinner next Thursday night. Have a plan. Never volunteer for anything. That bit of advice comes a little bit too late. Trust me on that one. You'll have an ample opportunity to be volunteered. But don't. So when somebody says, I need a volunteer, it's somebody else. You'll thank me for that one day. Which flows into the next one. avoid people with clipboards. I'm not kidding. There is no clearer sign of danger in the military than somebody with a clipboard. 100%. And lastly, when in doubt, remember three things. Beans, bullets, Band-Aids. Those are the fundamentals of crisis management. For real. Beans, food. When in doubt, feed your people. Feed them. Steal the food if you have to. Go to the mess hall. Get your people the best food always. Whatever's available, get them the best food. Feed them. Bullets, security. Make sure everybody is safe. Perimeter security. Be secure. Yourself and everybody around you. Band-Aids. Health, first aid, it goes into security, but make sure your people are safe. Beans, bullets, Band-Aids. Everything about crisis management falls into those three things. So when in doubt, remember those three things. Beans, bullets, Band-Aids. I'll leave you with this, and I've said this repeatedly, that the Corps gave far more to me than I gave to the Corps. And I hope when your service is through, you look back and say the exact same thing. Because you will get everything out of it. More than you'll ever put in. It's a great experience. So I wish you all the best. I have proclamations here for each of you. And then Brian at the Marine Corps, congratulations. And Chair Force Academy, Kayet. What did I say? Bad habit. And Emma, congratulations. It truly is a fantastic accomplishment, and it's a credit to your parents, honestly, that you've achieved this. So I want to thank you all. And I think I was asked for Steve Stern has some proclamations here as well.
We're going to come up together. We'll be able to hold them out together.
Excellent. All right. Well, with that, I want to thank you all and truly the best of luck, safety, and I'm very proud of each of you. You have a lot to be proud of, and I want to thank you.
I'd like to call up our state senator, Mr. Tom Donnelly. We'll invite him down. Superintendent, state senator.
Goodness gracious, state. No, just to the families, it's such a proud moment, and when you get to go last, the last speaker, I usually just say ditto, but Kayet, Emmett, and Brian, just thank you for your service to our nation. You represent the very best of our nation, the very best of South Huntington, and we're all so extraordinarily proud of you. Godspeed, be safe. Thank you, everybody.
At this time, I'd like to call Dr. D'Elia and Mr. Ciafetta to the podium. Pia, would you like to say something as well on behalf of Nick Lillota? Mr. Peter Ganley, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, Congressman Nick Lillota. While you couldn't be here today, wanted to honor these three incredibly impressive students in front of me today for their commitment to service above self, to joining the United States Armed Forces. He had a special message for Emma specifically, and these are his words, not mine. The Congressman would like to say, go Navy, beat Army, as a Air Force graduate. But thank you to you three, and thank you everyone for inviting our office to be part of this ceremony. I have certificates here. I guess we'll give those out at the end as well.
Yeah, we're going to call up each student, and we'll give them their keys and certificates, each one of them.
Thanks.
All right. Thanks. Okay, before we have the students come up to the podium to receive their awards, certificates, and proclamations, we have a brief musical interlude for each service played by Anthony Mirabelli. So our first up will be Emma Kowalczyk, who will be attending the United States Military Academy. please come up here to receive your stuff. A lot of stuff.
We do have a lot of stuff for you, just so that everybody knows what you'll be getting. We started a tradition a number of years ago where we give out keys to the school district, and therefore very, very, very rare and exceptional circumstances, and this certainly qualifies as one of those. So I'll be handing that out. Dr. Dilly will be handing out a coin, and then local politicians will be giving you certificates as well. So you'll have a lot to take home with you. Congratulations. Come on, take a picture with them.
I'd like to recognize Kiet Kurzaka, who will be attending United States Air Force Academy.
Look right here for you.
And last but not certainly least, Brian Jimenez Avila. Training.
All three come up to take one big group picture. No, come back. No worries. You put your stuff down. Okay.
So at this time, this concludes our ceremony. To be honest with you, we could be here for another 4 hours if you would like to talk about old military stories. We have enough veterans in the back that we can fill the day with plenty of stories that will make your head spin and kind of wish you were going, maybe wish you were going. But in all seriousness, the memories that you're going to have, good, bad, or different, are going to be yours for a lifetime. And you are truly joining a unique brotherhood. No matter where you are in the world, you will run into another serviceman who will be your brother at arms, your sister at arms, and you have that immediate bond and connection. I'm going to leave you with one quick story. Just a quick one, I'm not saying flee. But this one's about brotherhood. So, 10, 15 years ago, I was in Nashville for a conference. I was by myself. It was kind of, I won't say I was bored, I was entertaining myself. So I happened to go into a restaurant, and there were two guys sitting at the bar, and there were a couple seats away from me, and I hear them talking. And immediately, I knew that they were former Marines. So I'll be in the room myself, strike up a conversation. Next thing you know, the next 8 hours we spent telling stories about where we were, what we did, taking care of each other, had a great night. That experience, it sounds like it was a unique experience, but it was further from the truth. That happens constantly. You're going to see that you'll find fellow servicemen, and regardless of the branch. We all make fun of each other, yes. We all know that the Marine Corps is the best, but we do make fun of each other as we go along. But we're all serving together. You know, and you're going to notice that no matter where you are in life, you will meet fellow servicemen, and you have that immediate connection, that bond, because there is an understanding of what you went through and what your life was, is, and will be. And there's that connection. So keep that in mind as you're going through your training and what you're learning. And I said it before, regardless of how hard it is, how difficult the times may be, or how bored you may be at times, which there's plenty of time for downtime, and there's a lot of boring stuff that happens, and things that you don't want to do. But it is to serve a greater good. You are selflessly serving our nation, and it is greatly appreciated. And as Mr. Seifert has said, leadership in general is on the decline in this country. Very few people are going into the military services these days. So your role and your job is that more important than it has been in years past. There were times and decades where our branches were overflowing with men and women, willing to go in, ready to serve at a moment's notice. That is not today. So your commitment and your sacrifice is greatly appreciated and needed more today than ever before. So we look forward to hearing about your accolades, your experiences, and your futures ahead of you, which are all bright. We wish you all the best of luck. Congratulations again on behalf of the staff and faculty at Walton High School and Southampton School District. We wish you Godspeed. Congratulations.
Before everybody departs, I just want to thank our students who participated in helping us make this ceremony great today. If you can give a round of applause to Anthony Mirabelli, please. And our phenomenal singer who performed our national anthem, Annie Belugan, who was amazing. Annie has a couple career options, so singing could be one. Thank you everyone for joining. Also, if our local veterans can come up to take a picture with our new military inductees, please feel free to come up. Thank you all.